genetics chapter basic terms, basic structure of nucleotide complete பண்ணிட்டோம். So இன்னைக்கு நம்ம வந்து salient features of bDNA பார்க்க போறோம். So DNA was discovered by நம்ம first videoல பார்த்தோம். DNA வை யார் discover பண்ணது அப்படின்னா Friedrich Michel. He only first discovered the DNA. The term DNA term was given by Chesaris. So first DNA பத்தி ஒரு structure யார் வந்து X-ray crystallography first release பண்ணதுன்னா Wilkins and Franklin. These two people only first given the structure of DNA, X-ray crystallography structure of DNA. Based on their X-ray crystallography only, Watson and Crick, they given double helical structure of DNA. So in the X-ray crystallography oda diagram and the photography base pannina Watson and Crick in 1953 they given the double helical structure of DNA. So இப்போ அந்த double helical structure ஓட salient features தான் நம்ம பார்க்க போறோம். ஓகேவா? So all these four people, Wilkins, Franklin, Watson and Crick, for their work they awarded Nobel Prize in the year 1962. So what are the salient features of DNA? So Watson and Crick modelல வந்து DNA is a helical form and So coming to the double helical structure of DNA, so the first important one is there are two strands of polynucleotide chain. Okay, it has two polynucleotide chain in double stranded DNA. Okay, so one strand is second point anti-parallel in direction. Both the strands are anti-parallel in direction. If one strand is 3' to 5' means another strand should be 5' to 3' direction. So this is very important character of helical DNA. Then third one, both the strands are complementary. So already you know what is complementary base pairing. So based on this property, if you know the sequence of one strand, easily it is possible to find out the bases in the opposite base. For example, here A means we can easily find out in the opposite strand is T. So here T means in the strand A. Here G means in the strand C. So we can easily find out this one because both the strands are having complementary bases. Okay, this is the another important character of the double helical DNA. So the next one, the diameter of the DNA. So this is the diameter of the DNA. The diameter of DNA is 20 angstrom. So in the angstrom we are saying 20, otherwise we can say 2 nanometer also. Then this is considered as one helix. Okay, so if you take one helix or one turn or one pitch of DNA, so we are having 10 base pairs. So there are totally 10 base pairs in one turn of DNA. So in one helix, otherwise we can say one turn, otherwise we can say one pitch. In one pitch of DNA, so there are totally 10 base pairs. So what is the length of this one helix? 34 angstrom, otherwise we can say 3.4 nanometer. So this length is 34 angstrom, otherwise 3.4 nanometer. So this is very important. So in bDNA specifically in one helix 10 base pairs and they are right-handed helix. If you take zDNA, it is left-handed helix, but this bDNA which is right-handed helix. Okay, this is also very important feature. And the distance between two successive base pairs. So what is the distance between two successive base pairs? So in one helix we are having 10 base pairs. What is the length of one helix? 34 angstrom. So what is the distance between two consecutive base pairs? That is 3.4 angstrom. So distance between two consecutive base pairs. So what is the distance? 3.4 angstrom, otherwise 0.34 nanometer. So this is the distance between two consecutive base pairs. Other than this, each turn has rotation of 360 degree. So if you take this one turn, what is the turn? Rotation of each turn. Each turn has rotation of, in each turn how many base pairs? 10 base pairs. So what is the rotation? Each turn has rotation of 360 degree. Okay, suppose each base pair rotates at an angle of, so each turn is having 360 degree. So each base rotates at an angle of 36 degree. Okay, so each base, suppose if you take each base rotates at an angle of 36 degree, because one turn is 360 means in one turn 10 base pairs. So each base pairs rotates at the rotation of 360 degree. This is also very important one. Okay, so these are the salient features of BDNA which is given by Watson and Crick. One more feature, distance between. So the next feature is distance between sugars of two strand. Sugars of two strand, that is 11.1 Armstrong. For example, if you take, this is one strand, this is another strand, and here there is nitrogen base A, and here in front of A the nitrogen base is D. So what is the bond between two nitrogen bases? Hydrogen bond. So the nitrogen bases are protruding from the pentose sugar. So what is the distance between the total diameter? We have taken 20 Armstrong. So only the distance between two sugars of two strands, that is 11.1 Armstrong. This is also very important. And 1 nanometer is equal to 10 Armstrong, otherwise 10 to the power minus 9 meter. Because in some numerical questions, in the question they may give nanometer. In the option they give the options in meter or Armstrong. So you want to know 1 nanometer is equal to 10 Armstrong, otherwise 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power minus 9 meter. So these are the important features of BDNA. For example, now one question is coming. In the double-stranded DNA, they given in the double-stranded DNA, the adenine is 25%. They are asking what is the percentage of cytosine. How can we calculate? So if you know adenine they given 25%. So adenine 25 means surely what is the another base 25? Because what in double-stranded DNA, adenine number is always equal to thymine number. So adenine 25 means thymine 25. So out of 100, now 50 over. So remaining 50. Remaining 50 will be GC. Okay. So GC is 50 means what is the percentage of G alone? 25. What is the percentage of C alone? 25. So if you know the concentration of one base means easily we can calculate the another base. So adenine 25. So thymine also 25. So 25 plus 25 50. 150 over. So the remaining 50 will be GC. So G25, C. One more numericals. For example, in the given double-stranded DNA, there are totally 3000 bases. They given the total number of bases are 3000. In the 3000, they given guanine is 500. Now they are asking what is the number of adenine. So guanine 500 means surely what is the opposite according to the base pairing rule. Guanine 500 means cytosine is 500. So 1000 over. So the remaining bases are 2000. So in the 3000, 1000 over, the remaining is 2000. The remaining 2000 is 80 base pairs. So 1000 is adenine and remaining 1000 is thymine. So what is the number of adenine? 1000. Okay. So if they given in the percentage means we want to calculate it as for 100. Suppose they given 3000 bases, 200 bases, 500 bases means accordingly we want to calculate the number of the remaining bases. Okay. So this type of numericals are very much possible for your NEET exam. One, central dogma of molecular biology. Very important question. What is central dogma? How the flow of genetic information is happening. The central dogma of molecular biology was given by Francis Crick. So first, DNA. From the DNA, all the informations are taken by RNA. So this process which is called as transcription. So from the DNA, all the informations from the DNA are taken by RNA. So that process is known as transcription. Now from the RNA, finally it is expressed in the form of protein. So that process, RNA to protein, that process which is known as translation. So one more thing, DNA to DNA, copying of DNA, that is known as replication. So this is the central dogma of molecular biology. So what is the flow of genetic information? DNA, DNA to RNA, RNA to protein. Okay, so it explains unidirectional flow of genetic information. But in retrovirus, for example, in retrovirus, the flow of genetic information is reverse direction. For example, from the RNA to DNA. So the flow of genetic information is from RNA to DNA. So this process, DNA to RNA, what is the process? Transcription. So RNA to DNA, that process which is known as reverse transcription. For this process, they are having one special enzyme, reverse transcriptase enzyme. So this is called as reverse central dogma. Suppose the question comes, what is reverse central dogma? So for this they are having the enzyme. The name of the enzyme is reverse transcriptase enzyme. So this process was first studied by Deming and Baltimore. Deming and Baltimore in 1970. Rous sarcoma virus. This virus which is having reverse transcriptase enzyme. So the flow of information in reverse direction, that is from RNA to DNA. And for this one they awarded Nobel Prize also. So in 1970. So this process is called as reverse central dogma of molecular biology.